Hey everyone, what's up? It's Chad Inglis. I'm content design lead on Stellaris.
Hi everyone, this is Matías from the programmers team. So let's talk a bit about the Behemoth Crisis path and what this new big boy can do for you.
So when we began development on the BioGenesis DLC, the team was really excited about what a player crisis might look like inside of that framework. And it was very, very clear, very quickly. It was like, obviously, yes, BioGenesis, giant space monsters. And we latched onto that idea really quickly. And it was something that did take a little bit of time for us to consider, but like, well, what makes that actually go? What makes that tick? What's the story there? What is the story of your empire while creating a giant space monster? What are the repercussions of creating a giant space monster? What if the giant space monster doesn't behave the way that you want it to? So all of these things were considerations for us on the narrative side of the design, which we took really seriously and we put a lot of thought into. And I think that what we came up with is something that is like, it's a story that can only exist inside of Stellaris. So basically it's like, we reach this level of technological development and we say to ourselves, awesome, we've always had a relationship with bioships. We love messing around with like genetic material and DNA and all kinds of manipulation. And then we thought, okay, well, why don't we just build the most titanic and amazing life form that has ever existed? That sounds like the right choice for us as a people. So then we start down that path. It really quickly becomes apparent that we may be bit off a little bit more than we can chew here, because controlling a baby, immature, infant version of a giant behemoth that lives inside of space is maybe something that we don't fully know how to do.
You will find that its UI has a growth bar that you will need to fill. The way you fill it is by feeding it with unsuspecting victims, hopefully enemies, and not your own pops. Once the growth bar is full, you will be able to click a growth button and it will go into a chrysalis that will start its transition into the next stage. You will have to repeat this cycle with a few variations a couple of times until you have it on its final stage, when it's become the really good vessel that your species deserves. Once it's on that stage, you will get a new situation. It will allow you to improve further upon it by giving it new abilities, awesome new powers that you can select from a list of available powers, and you can then use on your unsuspecting victims. One of the new things that you can do with this new big boy is that you can actually use those abilities and manage them while in combat. So it will not be locked while in combat. You will be able to control it and unleash its power the way you want on your enemies. When it's big enough, planets are no longer a bombardment target for it, but maybe a snack. Also, among the abilities you can select, you can, for example, lay eggs, which is the first ability that you can unlock. The type of egg that you choose will make what is spawned from that egg differ. So you can play around with it and see what it offers. You can also unleash your power on an enemy fleet. You can give boosts to your own behemoth while in combat. And if you research the proper technologies, by the time you are able to pick some upgrade, you can also make it cloak.
There is a mechanic where the behemoth will start to rage. We don't have full control over it at this point, and so we're working to try to build that control. And we're thinking to ourselves as a society, like, okay, damn, like we've got this giant space creature, but now how do we get it to do what we want? But what becomes really quickly apparent is that we can't control this thing as we are. We are also going to need to level up. We are also going to need to ascend in some way in order to control this beast. And what that looks like inside of BioGenesis is that we decide to start experimenting with like mental uplinks, like a mind meld kind of thing with this beast that we create. But of course, that is too much power for one person. And it means that as a society, we're gonna have to come together and possibly upload our consciousness into a giant space monster. You'll find out. It's a pretty amazing ending, especially because we forgot about one thing, the fatal flaw that bothers heroes from Icarus to, who else is the guy with hubris? We forgot about one fatal flaw: hubris. That's right. We flew too close to the sun and/or bit off more than we could chew as a giant space monster. When we were leveling up, we didn't realize that we might have triggered something else out there in the void. The Elder Void Spawn has awoken. It is pissed off. It doesn't like the fact that its title as the biggest, baddest entity in the cosmos is now in jeopardy. And as my boy Ken Watanabe once said, let them fight. And let them fight, we do.
So for the modders out there, in this crisis path, and actually on this whole DLC, we've opened a lot of possibilities for the behavior of ships in combat. Please take a look, and we're excited to see what you can come up with it. So we're really excited to see what you think about the Behemoth. A lot of effort was put into making it feel powerful and alive. Also, take a look at it when it's doing its thing. It's awesome. And thanks for playing Stellaris.
Thank you so much for watching. We are really, really excited about the BioGenesis DLC. Really looking forward to seeing what you all think about it. Like and subscribe for more hot Stellaris content. Like and subscribe. Do it! Like and subscribe.